Hi everyone, this is Anne Marie. I do want to put a disclaimer here for Friday, January the 25th. I've tried to record this 3 times, and so normally it's third time and that's it. But now it's the fourth time and this is really it. So whatever comes out, sorry, you have to live with it. Okay, here's what we're looking at. 4-hour chart. Taking a closer look at the pivots. We broke the pivot from the prior day, recovered it. A clear line of buyers still sits at about 149 here on SPY. We did have that penetrated but recovered in days prior. Now we need to see, are we holding on or are we going to flatten out? We need to take a breath. I know I sound like a broken record. You know that my target region is up in the 150, 150-ish area and could be much higher, 153 and such, maybe even 155. But before we get there, we need to pull back. Things don't run in a straight line in the market. That's how the market shakes us out. All right, so here's what we need to think about. We need to be cautious about initiating new swing trades long. Your size needs to be relatively small, and your stops need to be relatively tight. Why? Because as the rows and levels of buyers continue to hold support, the moment they break down, they know they're in an extended space, and so they're going to cut and run very, very quickly. If they cut and run quickly, that means you're going to be left holding the bag if your stop is not tight. Okay, this is not a place that you give stops a room to jockey around, right? In a breakout level, as in the breach above this level B, we do give it a little bit of room because it's starting a new run. When we've got an expansion that continues to widen, see the distance between these two things? That means that momentum is still continuing to accelerate, but as we can see, overall, look at this monthly VWAP, it is climbing, but not with a very strong momentum. So as this continues to accelerate, we are going to have a grind that stops us in some form or fashion, and we just have to be prepared for it. That does not mean that you get out of your longs. What it does mean is that if you are carrying longs, you want to start trimming those things up. You want to start taking a little profit. You want to start using a smart trailing stop for your swing events, emphasis on the word smart. And so that's how you need to focus in this environment. No need to not be involved on the long side. You just need to be cautious, and that stop needs to be tight, size needs to be small, because your exposure to loss increases exponentially as you begin to have parabolic moves like this, because in the end, this is taking a lot of market energy, and market energy cannot be expended indefinitely. It's got to take a breath. So if you wait and wait and wait and wait and wait, the more likely it is that you're going to get caught on the wrong side of the trade. Get involved at the breakout, keep the stop tight, and watch the candlesticks move. Higher highs, higher lows. You stay in there, lower highs, lower lows, you need to trim. Right here we've got wave action that's giving us a series of lower highs. However, we are holding the lows. So we've got ourselves, if we draw this, looks a little bit like a sloppy pennant. Now what do we know about pennants? They break in the direction of the pole. So if this is actually a pennant, we do know that we've got an upside break going. It would be very nice if we could see some kind of bull flag action just to work off a little bit of this extension and give us a little bit more fuel for the fire, more people pulling off, having dry powder to move in again. Support level 2 ought to be really interesting over the coming days if we do rotate over. If not, then we're going to be looking at resistance level 3. That's going to take us into the next space. All right, good luck trading today. Have a great weekend.